And we'll check over to the page on here. And
Stuff that looks like you come prepared.
we are live.
Yo, yo, yo!
What's up?
Let's do a show.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. I love it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sav's episode 46. 46 episodes?
Yeah, fucking hell.
Wow.
46 episodes already.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And as an added bonus, we are just about to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel.
Nice.
We're this close.
This close.
So with that, yeah. If we could hit 1,000 subscribers by next week, I think we should just do a big giveaway. I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
I don't know how we're gonna do this because personally, I don't like dealing with international shipping. But what I can probably work out is just sending one of these guys money, and they will pay for some stuff to be shipped to whoever the winner is, or something like that.
We'll send it to Mike.
Yeah.
Send it to Mike.
Because mine might end up on beer.
Fair enough.
As long as you share with the winner. But
Yeah,
let
but you
us
can.
let us welcome our very special guest for the night, Mark Solom. How we doing, Mark?
I'm not too bad, matey. Not too bad at all. Just literally got into Little Bro Towers. Just literally.
Little Pro Towers, yes, love it. Well,
Look, live on air, ladies and gentlemen, it is Donald Trump.
Hello, you orange bastard.
Hello, Sir Trump.
Nightbot's having a go already.
What? You said Trump?
Maybe they're listening. Brother troublemakers equals giggle fest. Oh boy.
Yeah, it could be.
I love it.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been. It's been a good while. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on stream together.
No, well,
I've got to take my camera off.
it's time to celebrate.
He's getting his kits off. He's only been here 2 minutes.
Oh, I am literally. I walked in the room. Literally.
Aiden, is it possible? Aiden, can you turn your mic up ever so slightly?
Yeah, I think I can do. If I remember how
Alright.
to do it.
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee little bit. Open sound settings. Is it volume mix or is it open sound settings?
Sound
Oh,
settings, recording, and
oh
then
boy.
levels.
Don't screw with it.
Don't mess with it. I'm actually at max.
Well, get close. Bring your mic closer then.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's one option.
It's a lot of standing up this shit, isn't it? Is that better?
It's the up-down show. Well, you got to sit down so we can tell where it's at when you're sitting down.
Fully extended.
I'm fully extended. It's because we've moved
That's
back.
that's what she said.
Yeah. We'll just
It's
have to-
as big as it's gonna get. That's all I'd like to say here, ladies and gentlemen. It's as big as it's gonna get.
You sounded like one of the crankies then.
Damn it, nosy.
Oh my god. Well, I can tell it's going to be a good show.
Okay, no. It's just the cap's the wrong colour, that's all.
Yeah. We'll turn that around if you want. I can make that go closer.
Whoa. Everything just kind of froze for me for a second.
Since I've been on, it's nice to see you all happy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Don't be doing stuff like that.
No, you're good.
Oh, that's all right.
Just computer having an aneurysm, that's all.
An aneurysm.
Yeah. Welcome back, Aiden. How
Nice
we
to be
doing?
back.
Hello to everyone in chat. Welcome, Jules Mama Vapes, Big Boy Builds, Street Sleeper 4, Bill Byrne, Matt Chandler, James McDonough, UK Andy, DCFC Liam, Balls Sonic. Who else we got? Grumpy Old Vapor, Darren Rhodes, Deadly Sinner 88. Anyone else want to shout out? Oh, there it is. Vaping with Mobro. Of course, our lovely moderators in chat keeping you guys all in check. Not sure if Jay will be joining us tonight, hence the title of this video. But if he does show up, then hey, there you go, bonus. I mean, that's kind of what we have to expect nowadays. Hey, maybe Jay will show up. But, oh, we have Mark Clough in chat as well, which we'll be talking about him in just a second here. Richard, is it? I hope I pronounced that right. Probably not.
You Welsh?
I have no idea. There's lots of S's and T's, just like my last name.
You don't know, boy.
We have Dire Thing. Let's see.
I remember Jewel.
Tempestas. Again, I'm gonna murder everyone's names. I do apologize. Vaping Irish. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's go ahead and start off the round table here with the two guys down there and one screen. Two guys, one screen. There you go. There. Never mind.
Head out the gutter, Nick. Head out the gutter.
I'm gonna shut up. So what are you guys vaping on down there?
That just sounds even worse, Nick.
It's the one bit. Come on, you finish me off. I've got the Falcon tank on the Vape Soul. I don't know every time I do it I have to say that. It's 70 watts coming out at... No, I'm not doing a review. And I've got to say, this is absolutely fantastic stuff. It's the Blazberry. Me and Mark got some of that, didn't we? You're on the mango. Look, we're blazzed out. Look at that.
Look at that.
Blazzed down.
And I didn't know it would come in on either.
No.
How's about that, eh?
How's about that then?
How's about that?
You can't say that. You get done. He's got the jewelry for it. Jingle jangle. Yeah, so we're on the berry. This is absolutely beautiful. I can't wait until you get this in the UK, mate. This is absolutely brilliant. Really top-notch stuff.
Right on.
And have you tasted that one yet?
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Really do like it.
Actually, the only two that I've tried so far is the mango and that one.
Oh, the berry is really, really nice. I've got the FP on the Infinite Joytech. It looks so nice on there as well. And on that, I've got some Kinky Vapor, which is the Raunchy Rainbow Sheer Bit.
Sheer
Bit. Doing that for ages, but it's the Sheer Bit. And that's lovely. I'm really enjoying that as well. And my banger this week, well, the last 2 weeks while I've been on holiday, has been the Vim. Excuse me, by Jack Vapor. Sorry if that smelled. Jack Vapor.
Taking over for Mike now.
As long as it stays there, we'll be all right. I'm not a puppet. And it's been brilliant. It's stealthy vape. I've got the 1 ohm coil in there, and it's been absolutely brilliant. And I've had a bit of some crappy
I think he
Angsen.
likes it.
I do, yeah.
I think he likes it.
I've had a bit of Angsen in that, which is horrible, shitty stuff, but it's been nice. And then I've got the Maze tank, which is on the wall crawler, and again, we've got some Blaz. We've got the watermelon, and I absolutely love this stuff. Really do like it. It's one of your favourites as well, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, the melon's my favourite one out of the Blaz range.
Really do like it. So yeah, that is roughly me. Over to my wonderful brother, Soliomi.
Oh,
Solely
I am
on
not prepared at all.
Shout, remember, shout.
Shout, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, continue there. I've got the Fugly set up, which is basically the Puma, and I've got me Pro Mesh Pro. That's all I've got. It's sort of like my driving kit, and obviously you've got Blaz Mango. That's it for me. Sorry, I don't know.
I'll tell you what, his shout is not very good, is it? I don't think it's coming or something like that. You'd not hear it, would you? Excuse me. Excuse me, boss.
We'll put subtitles.
Yeah.
All right. Who are you gonna pass it off to then? Oh, geez. After show. All right. Pass it off.
I don't know. What did you just say?
Pass it off to either Mike
pass
or
it on.
yeah.
Sorry. Oh, we're brothers. We're not that close. Right. Pass it off to you.
Once he stops laughing, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, I'm on the old faithful, the Enforcer with the Bonza at the moment. In that, I'm using Whitlicker's Boulevard,
I like that.
which is a really nice juice, actually. And then I'm also on the Puma with the Blitzen. And in that, I've got some of that still. The old bearded lady. Might as well have a wife that looks a bit like me. And on standby, the Smoant Cylon with the Aromizer Plus. And in that one, I've got the old Kinky Vapor Rainbow Sherbet as well, which, again, is a really nice juice.
I'm feeling left out today. I didn't bring my Kinky Vapor. Tear.
Kinky Vapor.
Tear.
So, again, what are you on then, Nick?
Well, man, now I feel over-prepared. I have enough setups for everybody. I have the Dead Rabbit RTA on top of the Rinco Manto, and I do love this mod, honestly. It's a really nice little mod. I don't know why exactly, because it's nothing super fancy, but it's just a simple dual battery mod with a magnetic back door, and it's powerful, big screen. I just love it. And not to mention the Dead Rabbit RTA, this thing is an absolute flavor monster. As soon as these are available, I want everyone to pick one up because it's that good. Next one is the Recurve mod with the Profile Mesh RDA, both by Watofo. And I've got... Oh, I didn't mention the juice. Oh, yeah. Well, I can do it now because I've got the same thing in both. Blasmelon. I'm another Blazhead tonight, apparently. Yeah, flavor on this profile is amazing. I swear, Blaz tastes best with mesh. Wow, that's a tough sentence to say. Try saying that 10 times fast. But yeah.
Try saying it when you've had a few drinks.
Yeah. Really good stuff there. The next setup I've got is the Roman Candle, apparently. This is the Purge Twisted Stacked series, and man, there's nothing quite like series power. And I'm sure, Mike, you can back me up on this one. Series
What's
power.
That?
You
yeah.
You vape series? Yeah. Oh, series power is amazing.
You're not really keen on series, are you?
I don't mind series, but not stacked. I'm not into stacked.
Normally, I'm not into stacked mods. Typically, I like things like the...
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. We got something kicking off in chat already.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Well, hopefully our moderators are on point tonight. But,
yeah, Shane's on it.
So, yeah, we've got the Twisted Stacked is the BTFC RDA up top of there. And I do like the BTFC as well because that top airflow. That really makes the whole thing. Honestly, if it weren't there, I wouldn't like it because it would be a little too restricted for me. But that top airflow keeps it cool and adds, you know, a little bit of airiness into the hit so you could get those big clouds. And it works especially well in series. I've also got... What's that?
What build you got on it?
A pretty standard 13 wrap dual coil 3mm Nichrome 80 build. It's very, very simple, but it comes out to about 0.4, and I've got VTC 5As inside the tube, so it's safe and it's effective, saves battery life, and you get plenty of vapor production, heat, flavor, all that stuff. Speaking of flavor, I've got some ripe fruit. It's a orange, strawberry, white grape, cherry, and strawberry. Did I already say strawberry? Probably. But in any case, yeah, really good stuff. Very fresh, natural tasting fruits, which I absolutely adore. And last but not least, this is for Mark Clough, who is in chat right now. This is one of his creations. This is called the Warlock's Hammer, I want to say. I believe that's what this one's called. It's a dual 21700 parallel mod, all handmade, all hand built. As you can see, the beautiful internals there. We also have a voltmeter on the side, which is green, matching the wires. This one, little vlog preview here. This one I have nicknamed the Incredible Bulk. And I've got the Warrior.
Took you a while to come up with that name, or?
Pretty much instant. Pretty much instant.
There's a nice looking mod.
We've got the Warrior RDA, another one by Watofo up top of there, with some aliens in it that my friend Coil Image made for me. Really good stuff there, but I really wish I took one wrap off because the build is a little bit too high for a parallel box. I wanted it a little bit lower, but it's still working no problem, and I do get a really good cloud out of it. So let's just...
Mark Clough, isn't it? Mark Clough?
Yeah, Mark Clough in chat.
Got a name of a company or?
Yeah, it's The Gathering Vapor. I believe that's his company name. He can probably put his name in chat there. I can probably link it. You'll see it on the vlog tomorrow as well. But with that, yeah, The Gathering Vapor, he's got a group on Facebook. Blah, 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 blah. He's got a group on Facebook where you can actually purchase them from. I'm not sure if he's got an online store as of right now, but really good. And the juice that I'm rocking is 12 Monkeys Origins Galago. Really good stuff. Grape lychee. Such a good flavor.
Right, so I've just seen a question in chat quickly. Where is it? From Jim Van Gogh. What sub-ohm kit would you recommend for a new vapor? Personally, I wouldn't recommend a sub-ohm kit at all. You're going to cough your guts up to start with. Start with a mouth to lung pod system.
Yeah, I would say that anything direct to lung for a smoker is going to be a very difficult transition. One thing you could do...
There is a lot of, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I would say there is a lot of kits out there nowadays as well that you can buy that will set you off that are mouth to lung. And then if you change the coils or you can change a couple of bits of them, they do then let you go as you grow as a vapor into direct lung.
Yeah. I mean, personally, if you're first starting out as a vapor, I would say try something like the Inakin T20S.
Yeah, that's a really good little kit.
The Vim's very good as well for somebody who's starting off as well, and they've got the, is it the S22?
Yeah, the series.
Oh right, he's not a brand new vapor. He's actually wants direct to lung.
Okay.
He prefers direct to lung.
Let's see. There's a few good ones out there now for not a lot of money. One would be, I don't know. There's the iJoy Saber kit. That one's pretty decent looking.
You've got to look at as well. Do they want to be messing around with batteries? Do they want an inbuilt lipo? I'd say another one that obviously Joytech's been coming out, which is the notch core stuff. That's been pretty good.
Yeah. You've also got the
for a sub-ohm tank. I highly recommend one of these.
Yeah.
And he says
you've got the what do you call it kit? The nunchaku kit as well.
Yeah.
Nunchaku's really good. I've reviewed that. But yeah, the Mesh Pro is really good. The Free Max.
He says
even the Horizon Tech, the Falcon, that's a corking tank.
He says preferably internal battery and not too expensive, please.
Internal battery, then I'd say...
You might not like the look of it, but it is absolutely brilliant. It's the Espion Silk. It's a notch core tank. It's got an inbuilt 2,800 mAh battery, but the way the tank's built, it's got like little tiny coils that you fit into it, and it works between 25 and 30 watts, and it's an 80 watt device. But if you're obviously knocking out 25 to 30 watts, it's going to give you at least a really good day's vaping out of it. And the taste corking on it.
I mean, what's that Aramax kit like, the power one? That's got a built-in 5,000 mAh battery.
Yeah, it's a beastie little stick mod there. I haven't tried it.
I've never actually used it, but I've heard it's quite a decent flavour on it. We
were all meant to get one.
Yeah.
Volume up. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to move this, aren't I? In a minute.
Just nudge closer. Just
nudge a little closer. It's just how my desk is. My desk's like there's a little bit that sticks out on this side, and I can't get any further in without leaving mark out.
What mic do you have, Aiden?
I've got a Snowball Ice.
And how come you can't put it right in front of you?
Because it's on a boom.
Oh.
I've got it extended on the boom completely.
Hashtag boom problems.
We've got boom problems, baby.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We will. I might have to. I'll tell you what.
What's up now?
We're gonna move the mic. We're gonna move the mic.
All right, everyone, ignore them for a minute here.
Yeah, Jim, I can't blame you for that. I must admit, I'm the same. I will never buy Schmuck again.
Speaking of, I've been having a lot of issues with their devices, and it's kind of across the board here. Lately at the shop, I've been getting people that, for some reason, they click the button 5 times, the splash screen will come on, then it goes black, and it just won't fire, won't do anything. And then I tell them, I'm like, all right, well, just take the batteries out and swap the places and put them back in, and it works fine.
Is that any better?
Can you hear us?
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. We're back in the room.
Yeah, that's a little bit better there. But we're talking about Schmuck and how terrible they are. So. So I've gotten that.
Schmuck in a pancake. Schmuck is a keeper.
Oh boy. Oh, so I've also had a person say they had one literally explode on them. Literally. It was in his pocket. He was driving to work. Wasn't hitting it. Wasn't touching it. Nothing. And it just blew up. The battery just vented and just burned him. Like he showed me a picture of his leg. Burns all up and down his leg. It was bad. And I asked him first. No, it was an 18650. And I asked him, I said, was the battery wrap in good condition? He said, yes. I said, was it a fairly new battery? He said, within the past 6 months. I said, the battery wasn't outside of the device. He's like, nope, it was inside the device. And the device was, I believe, off. And it wasn't firing. It wasn't like the button wasn't being held down or anything. And it just blew up.
Do you think that's a lot to do with mass production?
Yes. I think it's cutting costs, lowering the quality control, and producing so many of them. Where, normally, as far as quality control is concerned, you check, 1 in every 500 units or something like that. My guess is they're literally checking 1 in every 5,000 units. So.
And the rest.
Yeah, pretty much like, screw it. Like, cut down on costs that way, cut down on production time.
It's always, it always worried me that, because you know how you've got these companies that it's so like every 6 months to bring in a update version of it. Now,
yeah.
If you work out from planning to actually releasing a product, let alone several, a product, the actual time it takes to do that, and by the time they're releasing the update version of it, it's sort of like they're not giving it even chance for testing or anything like that. It's just literally straight to market, and we are literally the guinea pigs of it.
Yeah, they don't really have any sort of R&D. They go, here's an idea, throw a chip in there, throw a couple batteries in there, send it out to the market, Yeah,
and it's always the same bloody chip as well.
It's competition with the other companies, You have to keep up with the latest trends and everything. But I can tell you from firsthand experience designing my RDA, it takes a while. Because you give them an idea, they give you a problem with it. You have to come up with a solution. They change things here and there. And it's just a back and forth process to fine tune it and make it perfect. And that's just an RDA. We're talking about something that has a circuit board that deals with batteries, safety concerns, all of that stuff. Like, they're not going through months of just back and forth. They're just literally designing the shell, throwing some batteries and a chip in there, and sending it out on the market.
I think also you've got to remember as well, it's, when you get recalls like from big car companies, that they get recalls from the cars and things like that, I think if you work out the units that actually are defunct, that they sell out, obviously it's probably not worth them worrying about it. I know that sounds awful, but it's probably true, because they sell that many, and they've only got a short shelf life as well, that they're not worried about it.
Well, they've got a short use life as well. Not only a short shelf life, short use life.
You've got to look at what they actually give you as a warranty as well. 0. About 3 months warranty, that's about it, isn't it?
If they decide to cover it, that's the thing. I will say that they've been improving their warranty system because it was probably as early as like last year. They just didn't give a shit about anybody. They said, yeah, you have to return it to the store. And the store goes, what? No. Like, we don't buy them directly from Schmuck. We buy them from a distributor. So we don't get credit for returned items. So we can't do that. And besides that, the FDA says we cannot take back any devices, like, at all. So that basically just kind of canceled out that warranty altogether. But now what they're doing is they have a company in America that's handling all of their U.S. issues. So if you have a problem, you email them. They tell you to send it in to that company, and you send it there. They say, oh, well, it's broken. Here's a coupon for a new one or something like that. So they're trying, but at the same time, the volume of issues that they're having must be massive, like insane. Because at the shop, where I only sell maybe a couple dozen of these things, you know, I'm getting a lot of them coming back with the 510 completely ripped out. You're getting people that have them blowing up on them. It doesn't turn on. The screen stops working. The USB charging port breaks. Like, there's so many little issues with these things, and they're not doing anything to actually be proactive and fix them and change it for the next version. They're just kind of dealing with it.
That one. I think it must be the only industry that sells electronic equipment that has so little warranty. It must be. I mean, if you bought a phone or something, even on about a cheap end phone, I'm not about an expensive iPhone or anything like that. A cheap end phone, you will still get a year's. Oh no! There you go.
Are you really going to tickle your ball right now? Oh my God. There's your Photoshop, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
Is that a bit better? Can you
Yeah.
hear us now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Spaceballs, the podcast.
Matt says it's the Death Star.
That's not a moon. It's
Oh,
made of cheese.
You know, something else that might help is if Mike would either mute his mic or turn away from the camera when he vapes instead of vaping directly into the microphone.
Microphone's over a foot away from me.
It could still...
And mine's over my head. You've upset him now. He's going to get the Death Star.
Mark just pulls out a mic out of his ass.
But yeah, it's like you're saying, it's getting like that where they're banging out that many mods and different stuff like that. Is the quality still there?
No.
Really?
It was never there in the first place.
No, Mike. You vaped into the oh, there we go.
Jesus.
Right, is that better? Are we all right? Can you hear us now?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, we were talking about quality control, and it's not just Schmuck. Let's face it. It's a lot of other companies. If you look at the warranty cards for e-leaf products, it tells you that you have to use not only e-leaf coils, but also e-leaf juice in their devices in order for that warranty to be valid.
Even their juices?
Yes. You have to use their juice in their products and nothing else for that warranty to be like valid and acceptable. What? Have you ever seen e-leaf juice?
No.
Exactly. So that just makes it completely null right there.
I've never heard of e-leaf juice at all.
Right. So there's and eLeaf and Wismec are like owned by the same parent company kind of thing. So Wismec is also notoriously very bad with warranty stuff because they just go, oh well, we don't cover that in the warranty. And there was a lot of problems with the Predator. I think it was the Predator 228 that had the 510 issue where it was ripping out of the top, and they just weren't doing anything about it. Or I mean, going further back, the RX-23, that was a known issue for the longest time, and they wouldn't even touch those devices. They're like, oops, we screwed up. They didn't do anything about it.
You've got people like Exome, and they've got a lifetime warranty.
Yeah, and you know, even with them though, like, you know, Hexome, Craving Vapor, it's taking them a while to get to the warranties because we send a couple out at a time, and it usually takes about 3 months for you to get your mod back, which is really tough.
Believe it or not, I mean, this is from the UK as well. It took me 3 months exactly.
Yeah.
That was bad, actually.
So it's a little bit disturbing, and it's I don't know. It's unfortunate because what are the people that only have like a Hexome? Like sometimes, you know, you only have one mod. You only have one really nice mod, and that's it, and it's a Hexome.
What was the Wismec that Chris got sent that kept auto firing?
The Ravage 230, I think it was.
That's the one, yeah. Because he had 2 of them that done the same thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, mine's never done it, but I don't know. Just no quality control, apparently. Look at these two over there fiddling with their ball. Why don't you just take it? Do you have a little mini tripod or something? You can just take it.
We're trying to get this a little bit lower.
Just take it off of there and place it like right on the desk in front of you.
Just wronging it. 2 blokes, 1 ball.
Oh boy. So
I'll have it in my lap.
I was gonna say, turn your ball upside down. You got to twist your ball. Oh man.
So it's all serious. Everyone's professional.
Yeah, this is a professional show, don't you know?
Yes, sorry.
Oh man. But yeah,
Hopefully you can hear us better now.
just speak directly into it. Just put your mouth right on the microphone.
Okay, I'm directly into it.
Oh, there you go. Now that sounds great.
Really good there. I'm going to talk to you balls.
There you go, we're in.
So is the ball salty then?
Hello.
Right, we're sorted. We're only half an hour into the show, and now we've decided we'll have the ball here.
Yay! It's still better than my track record for audio issues, so it's okay. To be fair, my audio issue was all my dumbass fault because I didn't know that you could actually, what's it called when you have like a
Sound card.
No. Like listen to it while it's going on. Monitor. You can monitor your audio in OBS. So I was trying to get it to output to 2 different places, one being Zoom and one being OBS, and I couldn't hear it. So like these guys could talk, you guys would be able to hear them, but I couldn't hear them. But yeah, all you had to do is click a little checkbox in OBS that says monitor audio, monitor and output.
See, actually, in OBS as well, there is a thing where you can turn us all up past 100.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
111.
I only have one audio output for Zoom, and it's already maxed out, and it makes Mike super duper loud. So in order to do that any differently, Mike would have to turn himself way down.
Can be arranged. It's not a problem.
No. Don't touch it. Just don't touch it. Don't touch it. All right. So if you have any questions for us that you really want us to address, we will get to them at the end of the show. You can send us an email, superawesomevapeshow@gmail.com. Thank you, Jules, for putting that out there in chat. And, you know, if it's a really important topic that we might miss in chat or anything like that, then we'll cover it at the end of the show. With that being said, let's see where we're at. Oh, we got plenty of time. We were talking about quality control and companies that don't care about their customers. Now, I have a question for you guys. Have you ever experienced like a small company? We're not talking about Wismac or anything like that. Like none of the major e-cig brands, right? Have you ever had a smaller company not care about their product? You know, a juice company or you know, a mech mod company that you know of, anything like that. Have you ever experienced some bad customer service or bad business from anyone? You don't have to like necessarily call them out, but you could tell us a story.
So just like to say one thing quickly. Jim, if you can't play nice, please bugger off. Sick and tired of that sort of thing in chat.
Seriously, what's going on today? Last week we had a brilliant show.
I think Jim is one of Dave Kirkwood's friends, unless it is Dave Kirkwood again, and he's threatening to tip Shane out of his wheelchair.
Oh boy. Well, that is unnecessary completely.
Yeah. If you can't play nice in chat, please just bugger off. We're better off without you.
And you know, you really can't push Shane around because one, he's a moderator, and two, if he ever sees you in real life, he will crush you. So. Yeah,
It's a vaping show, people. All up for a bit of a giggle or anything like that, but we're not here just to be horrible to people. If you've got a problem with him, then just don't.
Everyone else plays very nice in chat, and you know, cheers to you guys for that. But it really
doesn't happen very often, does it? I think this is one of the first times I've ever had it on when I've been on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I blame Mark.
Mark. Yeah, I think this is only the second time on the chat, Sab's chat, that we've had this sort of thing.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate, but it happens. So, in any case, yeah, getting back on track here now that these two have their balls situated.
The ball will vanish.
Every time I want to talk, I have to look like this. This is not good.
Now, Mark's audio in his video is brilliant because he's got that giant Rode mic that's just like pointed directly at his face hole.
Face hole.
But it's always really nice.
Do you know the only reason why my mic is like that at the present moment is that the stand that I've got, I can't reduce it anymore. So I've got to buy something to make it smaller because I hate it being in shot.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of having the mic in the shot. I used to have it right over my camera because it's a shotgun mic, you know, so I had it on my camera, but I was getting a lot of like ambient noise, so I moved it right in front of me here, and it's just out of frame, like ever so slightly, and
mine, if I have it just out of frame, I have to turn everything up too much, and then you get that table noise that you can get
crackly.
So make it so it's just a little bit smaller.
See, mine's not too bad, you see, because when I'm obviously doing my reviews, it's up in the air, and then I just turn it up in my software. I don't get any of that table buzz then. When I'm obviously doing live shows, I can normally fit underneath where the desk is, and I'm a lot closer to the mic itself. But
how would you want to do a review underneath the desk?
Well, you see the look at me.
You should. You just one day just be on the floor.
I'm doing the review under the desk. Why don't we change it? Have you ever actually had any companies that have been absolutely fantastic for customer service?
There you go. Let's see. I think one of the better customer service-wise is Kennedy Vapor, because I know several people that have told me personal stories of when they send in their device, let's say they broke a negative pin or something like that, or a negative post somehow, he'll actually just replace the whole thing. He'll just send them a brand new one. And I think that's really good. It usually gets back to people rather quickly. And I think it's actually kind of funny because if you actually send him a clone of a Kennedy, passing it off as authentic, he knows. He knows if it's a clone. It's his own product. He made it with his 2 hands. He'll actually throw it away and tell you he threw it away because it's copyright infringement. If you're buying a copy of something, clone of something, and you send it to that person, that's just your own dumb fault for doing that. And he'll throw it away on you, say, well, next time don't steal my stuff. But, I mean, ethically speaking, maybe not so ethical, but at the end of the day, I mean, can you blame him? But yeah, that's in my experience, Kennedy Vapor is pretty spot on with their customer service.
See, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I deal with more actual shops, that side of it, more than actual companies. So it's sort of like harder for me to sort of like have a judgment on actual individual companies.
Yeah, more like the people who are distributors.
Distributors or shops. That's kind of where sort of like people send me stuff. So actually dealing with sort of like main companies, I don't really do that. So I'm not.
I mean, well, all right. So in your experience with shops, if you ever have an issue with a product or anything, does that someone?
Yeah,
all right.
But they just don't get in touch with you. Especially online shops, you'll email them, and they just don't answer you back. I'm in the process of one at the moment, so got a dodgy RDA, and emailed them, nothing, not even a reply back.
I'll tell you what, we're good with Dulce. They do the Vape stuff, don't they?
They're good.
They're good. They we had a problem. Well, I had a problem once. It was with the. It's an RTA. That one turns into an RDA. And an RTA. And the post broke, and obviously I were reviewing it for him, and they sent it out. We have gone a little bit lower. They sent it out a little bit more. Can't hear you very well. I don't know how close we could get to this mic. Literally underneath my head.
Still fiddling with her ball.
Hello, is that a lot better? Hello, testing 1 2 3.
Yeah. I mean, I can hear you, but maybe it's just because me and Mike are so loud.
Everything's turned up, eh? We don't normally have this much trouble.
Frames Janklin. Is that James Franklin by chance?
Yes, it is.
We are as loud as out on here. No, it's quiet there.
Hello, 1 2 1 2. Yeah, why is that so quiet? And it's 100.
Man, I don't know because you're running Windows and I'm running Mac, so I'm not even going to attempt that solution there. But you guys can sort that out yourself, I'm sure.
That's surprising, Bill. Usually they're pretty good.
Well, what Endless Mods? Really? Yeah. I don't know who Endless Mods are, but
it's a UK mech mod company.
Really? And they just told him to buy another one?
That's unusual for them. Usually they're pretty good.
Yeah, they say Endless are.
Interesting.
Well,
see. Two sides of every coin.
I can't see that being actually Paul saying that. Might have been one of the staff or not, but I definitely can't see it being Paul saying that. And if Paul knew about that, I'm sure he'd be pretty angry about that, to be honest.
Well.
It's on the wrong one.
Is it on the wrong one?
Yeah, it's on the wrong one.
Try setting 3, they said.
So we're a lot louder now.
Ah.
Hello. Testing 1 2 3.
I mean, we all know Mark is soft-spoken to begin with, but...
Yeah, I am. I'm softy.
Were you using the webcam, Mike, by any chance?
No, they're definitely using the snowball. I'm going to rename this episode to Playing with the Ball.
Is the switch on the snowball about 10 to 3?
Mike. Oh, you and
2 men, 1 ball.
You're gaseous.
Can anybody tell us, is this any better?
See, I can hear you guys.
We've been fanning around. I've come back and I've not set out properly.
We're at the 45-minute mark and we still haven't quite got it.
We've only got another 45 to go.
Try an hour and 15, but all right.
Sorry, I can't count either.
Can't count either.
Just whenever one of you wants to talk, just lean forward. That'll look really funny.
My turn, sir.
Hey, sir.
Welcome everyone that's joining us just now. We have James Franklin, we have Grimmy, we have Simon Davis. Just another little round of shout outs here. DC Rackley. Who didn't we shout out? Mad Hatter Vape Reviews. James Capozzi. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. Capuzzi? Okay. Capozzi. I'm sorry. But yeah. Jared the Vaping Goat's here as well. Welcome everybody. Yes,
not really better.
You're trying. I could appreciate that you're trying.
We're very trying.
Very trying.
So, all right, here's a question for you guys, because I know we were talking a little bit before the show, and you guys were like, oh, I don't have much to talk about today. And I'm just like, well, there's the FDA. So I want to know if the people from the UK know what's going on in America right now, because it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, basically, you know the word you're saying it, you're screwed.
I mean,
That's the way of putting it.
that's
Sorry.
the way it's looking.
They can hear you.
Yeah, they can hear you. I mean, top and bottom of it, the FDA's basically turned around and said, right, we're going to get rid of your flavours. If you don't sort your sends out.
But they're dealing with it.
Which is wrong. At the end of the day, it is wrong because they're going for companies and not the people that are selling the actual devices.
Exactly.
I mean,
they're dealing with it ass backwards.
Ass backwards or what? I mean, you work it out. If you were selling alcohol, are they going to go after all the alcohol companies? And they're not, are they? Are they going to go after all tobacco companies? No, they're not.
No, which they haven't done. Which I am like... Did they ask, when cigarette sales, when the studies were showing, if there even were studies back then, when cigarettes were popular with teens, when it dramatically rose in popularity, did they go after the tobacco companies and say, what are you doing to prevent your product from getting into the hands of minors and underage people? No. I mean, the only thing that I've noticed to help prevent youth attraction to cigarettes is getting rid of cartoon characters. When they had Camel Joe back in the day, they had the cartoon Camel Joe with the sunglasses on, and he was always looking all cool and everything. They made him get rid of the cartoon camel during my lifetime. It was probably early 90s or something like that, because I remember it. But yeah, that's really the only thing they've ever done, to the best of my recollection, to prevent youth from getting their hands on this stuff.
But let's face it, how can a company stop that?
Exactly.
How can you've just sort of said, right, we need you to do this job of stopping young kids going in vaping products, but you're not actually selling them.
Right.
Yeah, but it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah, but we're not selling them. We sell them to this shop, and this shop's selling them to the young underage kids. But it's your fault. But we're not doing anything. So how can you fight that?
Let's face it, though. What they're really asking them to do is most likely get rid of their flavors, because that is what attracts the kids. And I call bullshit.
Yeah, of course it is.
Branding wise, if you look at the top 5 manufacturers of e-cigarettes, the branding on them is fantastic. I mean, Juul, there's nothing attractive about that. The front of the product is mostly black and white.
Yeah, I think they've only got, was it 3-4 colors on the side?
Yeah, for the starter kits, it's only the 4 colors of the pods, and that is it. There's nothing else about that would attract a youth to that product. There's no cartoons. There's no food items on there. There is absolutely nothing on there that would say, hey kids, buy me.
You've got to think as well in the same way is that the kids, even when we were younger, people were trying to smoke in, weren't they? At early ages at 10, 11, 12, it was the thing to do. People were there to smoke. Where now maybe the thing is that because obviously the smoking rate of youth nowadays is down, isn't it?
It's the lowest. It's the lowest level it's ever been. Lowest ever it's ever been on vaping and traditional tobacco. It's the lowest it's ever been.
Which obviously is because a lot of education of don't smoke, don't actually do anything like that. But obviously, if they're going to vaping instead of smoking, which I don't condone it because you have to be 18 to do it. 21, obviously, over in is 21 isn't it, over in the USA.
In certain areas, it's 21. In certain areas, it's 18. Yeah.
So I'm not promoting it or not doing it, but in the same way as they're going to be smoking, kids at that age, they're going to try vaping as well, aren't they?
But when they turn around and say it's an epidemic,
Epidemic.
I mean, that's just you're sort of like making it bigger than what it really actually is. If you look at the actual stats and everything, the amount of kids that are actually using vaping products, so like epidemic. You're so like, no, you just have, there's an obvious agenda there, and you can see what the agenda is. And that's all down to money. It's just blatantly obvious.
Well,
yeah, because obviously the governments, especially in America, they're getting some right cash for it, aren't they? Whether you're saying it's under the table or whatever, it is absolutely right big amount of money.
And, I mean, to be honest, like, the tobacco companies stand to win either way with this whole vaping thing, because on one side they have their vaping companies, their vaping branches, i.e. Blue Views, Mark 10, and Logic. Those are all big tobacco companies. So whether or not vaping is gone, if vaping disappears tomorrow, then the big tobacco companies make their money because people are going to continue to smoke cigarettes. And youth will once again be smoking cigarettes. The youth trend will rise. And if vaping continues, then they're going to make their money that way. So win or lose, it's all down to money. I mean, and big pharmaceuticals, I think, is going to be taking the biggest hit right now because their stop smoking drugs, their patches, gums, pills, etc., are down big time. So I think if anyone is losing out the most in this situation with vaping still around, it is the big pharmaceutical companies. And at the end of the day, they have always been our biggest enemy.
It runs in a lot of things. It's not just vaping, is it, as well? There's loads of stuff where the government's massive scaremongering. Like somebody just said there about trying to get the parents to say, look, it's an epidemic. Don't you dare go out there and get one of them Juul things. It's going to kill you. And what's the first thing the kid's going to do?
Of course, yeah.
It's free advertising as well, isn't it? The Juul doesn't have to advertise. They get it for free.
I look shocked. It's like, wow. Look at the face of that. It's like, wow.
Do you know what? The first 3 weeks of me being on the stream, I thought you were on meth.
That's messed up, man.
Wow.
No, he's tired. The man works some right hours as well, don't you, mate?
I do.
He normally nods off if he's not burping.
Yeah, yeah. You know when I'm awake because you can hear the thing crackling.
What do you think about it, mate?
What about the FDA and all that? I think they're a bunch of wankers.
Short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to the point.
Well, to be...
It
is though. Let's face it. It is blatantly obvious what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious. It's all to do with money, and it's not to do with anything else.
Yeah.
It's blatant. It's just so like you can smooth over it as much as you like. Absolutely smooth over it and say, "Oh no, it's about the children. It's all about the no. It's about money. Let's be right. It's about money. Most countries now are embracing vaping.
Yeah.
Most countries are embracing. The only countries that are not embracing vaping at the present moment is you've got your Asian companies because they wanted to be the heat not burn, and that's what they're being forced onto.
Yep.
And that's literally, they are being forced onto it, not anything else. So obviously they don't want vaping because they want you to carry on with that. Then obviously you've got America, and it's all down to that. It's the top and bottom of it.
You got, like you were saying, that, like Thailand and places where they were completely against it. You could get some right fines and go to jail and stuff, and they were even smuggling vape products in. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's seen it, the stuff that were on like Facebook where they'd actually got like a tank and then a battery and a 510 connector, and they're holding it onto actual vape.
Yep.
But even they're now coming to it.
But if vaping goes away, then what are we going to be doing? We're going to be forced underground, and then there's going to be the biggest black market of all time. It's going to be huge.
Come on, let's face it. Out of all the countries, your country should know all about that with your alcohol.
Yeah, when you did
Come on, look what happened.
What were it called? It were
Prohibition.
Prohibition, yeah.
Yeah.
Look what your country. Look what happened to the country when you went prohibition.
Oh yeah.
There were more deaths for dodgy dodgy alcohol and all sorts.
You can't have a drink, honestly.
But it also created NASCAR.
Yeah.
But
people going around in circles at 120 mile an hour for about a fortnight. Yeah, great stuff.
But think about it this way as well. Like, think about the U.S.'s stance on global warming and all that, those kind of issues too. We're ignoring it because we're dumb. I can't. Like,
I've got to say, it all depends on when it comes in or whether it don't. The British government seem to be coming across to it. The MPs are getting involved in it. Like I said, I've just come back from Cleethorpes, so I'm sorry, Cleethorpes, but the amount of people that were vaping there to the amount who were smoking, massive amount difference.
well, and
There was
like
a question in chat, just in case you didn't see it. Has anyone tried that mod that you can vape and it's got a drink in it as well?
Yeah, there's some new mod out that you can vape pop in it.
You can vape pop.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
is
can
that
put a
the
fizzy
one?
drink in it and vape that?
I saw that one. It was like Smoant or something like that. That's the company that was doing it.
I don't know who was doing it.
I saw a picture of it the other day, and I have no idea like what that was about. I thought it was a joke. It looks like a troll sort of thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was, to be honest with you.
You were like them rainbow cigarettes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
The Samoan. Do you know what Samoan wants to do? Is stop getting rattly, battery doors and everything rattles with them.
Looks like a lady.
He's got the Cylon.
That one doesn't. No rattles with that at all.
I'll tell you what. Take that battery door.
Yeah. When it's open, it does, yeah.
Well, yeah.
When it's closed, nothing.
Tell you what, the one that I got, it must have been one of the first ones what they'd done it were rattle. It were really bad rattly.
Where was it?
Got a rattly flap, have you?
It had a rattly flap.
Oh boy.
Bit of cream.
Bill Byrne says you're not vaping the pop. The pop is used as a bubbler, like a tobacco pipe.
Okay.
I still don't see the point. What's the point? Like, really? I mean, that's kind of one of those things. That's one thing that I was talking about before the show. Why isn't there more of a culture of smoking in vaping, i.e., like different styles of devices that are more popular? Because I realize that there are e-cigars and there's e-pipes and that kind of thing, but they're not very popular. Like the different styles of tobacco use, like with, bubblers and with... Stop it. Throw me off track. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Steam in your eyes now, can't you?
I mean, there are different pod systems and mods and like bigger and bigger devices, but they're in no way even close